So, champion mindset forgot how to trade. What do I mean by this? Well, after a week like this was the week of 17th of July. And this week, you can notice that in the Discord, in the trades taken part especially, and just scattered around the Discord as well, that this was a very unfavorable week for the most part of the Discord. So most part, again, some people smashed it, etc. But for the most part, we all struggled this week, and it was a very tough week. And that is explainable, of course, through the technicals, through that consolidation, expansion, consolidation. But it is important to understand that you need to approach this week from a positive standpoint. So what I mean by that is that you don't talk to yourself in a very negative way, because it is very easy to approach this week and after this week say, all right, I'm not sure what happened because last week we knew exactly what we were doing, and this week we suddenly forgot how to trade. It's almost like I don't know anything about trading and everything is going against me, and I just forgot how I should trade. And maybe I should need a new strategy, maybe I need a new concept, maybe I need a new this. Well, the only thing you need is a positive mindset. And the positive mindset that I'm talking about is that you can see this as an investment in yourself. This week was an investment. So at first, if you just traded this week, and that is absolutely perfect, especially if you have a new trading plan and you now notice that your new trading plan doesn't work that well in these type of conditions, that is absolutely perfect, because what you just managed to gain is intuition and experience. You had a full week of the greatest experiences, the greatest intuition lessons, and that is extremely important. And so a week like this, it will happen again, but next time there will be someone in your mind will tell you like, hey, we had this week before, I'm not sure if I want to go full margin on this week. I might want to stay out even, because you now know the characteristics of this week. We had an expansion, we now have a consolidation. So it is a positive. And it is positive if you make it a positive. If you make it a negative, it will be a negative, and it will be a negative cycle. And what I mean by that is, if you now start strategy hopping and you start concept hopping, so you start looking at new concept at some kind of other YouTuber or whatever, and you now start hopping from strategy to strategy and from concept to concept, yes, then it will be negative. And it will always be negative, because when it happens again the next time, when the same exact week happens, maybe a year from now or whenever, or maybe even 1 month from now, then it will happen again and again and again and again. And it will happen over and over and over. So approach this from a positive standpoint. You did nothing wrong. You did everything perfect. Especially if this was your first time trading a week like this. Perfect. That is the intuition, that is the experience that you need to gain. That is absolutely perfect. That is what you need. You need to go through that stage. You need to do that. So no, you didn't forget how to trade. You absolutely didn't. And that is a very relatable thought, because whenever I had a week like this back in the day, uh, I had such a self-doubt, and I was like, did I actually forget how to trade? I don't know what to do anymore. Like, where did it go wrong? What happened with the market? Did the market change? Did this change? No, it is now you have achieved a level of knowing when you should get into market and which weeks you should trade. Because day trading, of course, it's not every day trading. You now know when to trade. That is extremely important. This is a very valuable lesson. So approach it with the right mindset. You did nothing wrong. There's no reason to doubt yourself. Let it go and focus on the positive, because this truly was a great week to learn. A great week to learn. To learn when to push the buttons, and when to push your luck. That is very important, right? So I feel like this was necessary for me to touch on, especially this week. So again, approach it from a positive mindset. That is very, very, very important, because otherwise you will have this doubt that you don't know how to trade. And if you don't know how to trade, you will now start looking at adjusting your trading plan and adjusting all kinds of things, whilst it's just a very easy solution. The solution is easy. The answer is very simple. It's just that you shouldn't trade these conditions. That's it. And you will have the exact same thing when you now start strategy hopping. You will also, what happens, let me explain a full cycle actually. What happens when you do start strategy hopping, you will find a strategy that works great in this environment. So this week's environment right there might be a seek and destroy trading plan. And then once we get to a week like this, where we just trend and trend and trend, which your previous model was very good at, you will now notice you will have the exact same thoughts where you don't know how to trade anymore, or you think you don't know how to trade anymore, and you think your strategy stopped working, etc. And it's not the strategy that stopped working, but it's the strategy is not at the right place. It's not valuable at that moment in time. That is important, because it's the conditions that happen where we move from consolidation, expansion, consolidation. We want to be trading expansions. We want to get involved in expansions. That is extremely important to understand. So that is again how you can notice that's a cycle, right? Because then you will develop a seek and destroy trading plan, and then all of a sudden we start trending again, and you will have the exact same things happen over and over and over and over again. So a very valuable lesson this week. Don't see it as a negative thing. This is a very positive week. Every week is very positive because there's something to learn. That intuition and experience part, that is something that we made major progress in this week. So that's very important. All right, perfect. Thank you.